that. And then when that plaque come in, it make you think about the hard time. And then it, in retrospect, it's like, okay, accomplishment. That's dope. That's a blessing. Okay. But there's a story behind that.
Oh yeah, big story. And I'm so grateful that you mentioned that, because I know there's people out there listening, up and coming producers and artists, as I mentioned, and these are the things that I love when my guests will share, because not many people are so candid to say those types of things. So thank you for sharing that you got that, and you were sort of, you did these things, and these are the things that can happen if people are not careful and thinking.
Right. And you got to have humility. I learned that. That's one of the things. I wish I learned humility at an early age. But it wasn't until my latter years that I got it. And I know that in order for the younger generation behind me to get it, I have to be totally open. Even all the things that I'm ashamed of, Right. But those, I overcame those things, and I can give it to them so they don't have to go through it.
Well, hopefully they're listening. People, I hope you are listening. This is knowledge that is being dropped here on the Ask Avani Show with my very special guest this afternoon, Keith-Clizark. He is an industry absolute, icon. Everybody knows, the tracks you've done and the artists you've worked with, and you are inspiring the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. So please, we are all ears to hear what you have to tell us. So yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm right here for y'all. You ask me the question, I give you the answer.
Yes, please. Yes, indeed. I want to ask you as well, because you're also a video and film director, and I know you said you love doing creative things. How did you get into doing that?
Well, that goes back to being creative in that period between, hearing that song Flashlight, and in between hip hop. Mm-hmm. I, as a youngster, wrote scripts, like Spider-Man comic, like with the dialogues and all that good stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I would love to pick up the Polaroid at all the family functions and snap the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't really know what that was until I'm like evolving from producing. Mm-hmm. Like, what else can I do with this energy I have? Right. So picked up the camera, assembled a crew, and started doing it, traveling from different state to state, dealing with different record companies who did distribution deals with me to come and shoot and direct videos for their artists as well. So that's just like a prelude. I'm prepping to shoot my first feature, done independently by my company. It's called Operation Green Day. So use your imagination.
Yes, fantastic. So you are basically, so you could almost be like a one-man band if you look at it like that, the production of music, and you do the videography, and you can film and you can put the storyboards together for videos. I mean, there's a lot that you do. And it all stems from your capacity for the creative, and also your capacity for thinking, you know what, I want to try this, I'm going to try that. And you just keep, adding all these new skills.
Yeah, I mean, if you can conceive it, you can do it. That's my mindset out there. But I surround myself with specialists as well, people who are excellent at what they do. Mm-hmm. So, once again, that team, and actually Team Mashing is an acronym. It stands for Together Everyone Achieves More, right. Moving amongst shady humans and negativity. We're Team Mashing. It's the mindset.
Wow. We love that. That is really cool. Thank you for explaining that, actually. Wow, we like that. So you've worked on some of the most high-profile music industry and artist documentaries, and I'll name some for the listeners. BET, the 30th anniversary promo, VH1 Love and Hip Hop, VH1 Missy Elliott Behind the Music, VH1 Mary J. Blige Behind the Music, VH1 yep. T.I. and Tiny. I mean, BET Masters of the Mix, to name just a few. I mean, can you tell us, what was it like to get involved in those projects and working with those artists, filming and coordinating those? Because those are like iconic TV events.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, this is what we're going to do. If the listeners are following us, we're going to go back to when I was diversing from being a producer and getting into the sample CD realm. When I give these, in this product, this sample CD product that I was doing with Big Fish, it not only gave you the sounds from the records that I went platinum with, but I did example compositions to show you what you can do with the sounds. And the compositions examples I put there, and not to toot my own horn, but they were freaking phenomenal. And what ended up happening is sound directors and music editors, they bought the product for $100 to get that example to play with no license. You feel what I'm saying? So I got like 400 or 500 of those. It's ridiculous. You know, good for the sale of that product, but in terms of sync, it wasn't registering for me because it was a sync-free thing. Once they pay their $100, they can do whatever they want. So I got smart. I started watching all these programs that had my music in it, you know, and like I would pause right at the sound editor because those things move so fast on these shows. So, you know, I paused it on quite a few of these shows, and I actually reached out to them, and I'm like, if you like that, that's not full production. That's just example. Let's get together and really do some things. So there are a few music editors and sound supervisors that I forged relationships with just by reaching out and them really liking the sound and started actually getting sync money for it.
The entrepreneur in you as well came to the fore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, see, this is the reason why I love to speak to guests like you, because you give my listeners, who I know, you know, they range across all different, you know, life and basically places in their lives and age groups as well. And obviously a lot of them are, you know, singers, songwriters, producers, and so on. You give them what they need to succeed because you have been through it and you continue to do it. So we are just so grateful for that. Thank you.
No, that's what's up. That's why I started the consulting firm about 1.5 years ago. Your listeners can get in and get a session with me so they can get the blueprint. And not only that, but build a relationship with me to assure that they succeed.
I mean, they will be doing that, trust me. What do you love about the creativity, about working and being behind the camera as a video and film director?
I mean, it's like the universe is endless, infinite. So is thought. It's like they say there's nothing new under the sun, and my creativity tries to reach beyond that. What hasn't been thought in all these millions and millions of years of this earth being here. So that's kind of like my process, to really try to think outside the box and do something different. Even though I don't reach outside, it puts me in a space where it's me, you know, it's different from a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Definitely. I mean, the things that you have done, as we keep calling it the blueprint, it is because no one had done those things. And now you've done, obviously more and more people are taking on board what you've done, what you've gone through, and now they're using it to forge their own careers, which is great. And again, I will say it, we're all grateful that you are happy to take the time out of your busy schedule and do that. But it's just like, it's because some people don't, and obviously there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that because music, as you say, is so universal and infinite. There's just so many different things that you can do, and like you said, if you can conceive it in your mind, then you can achieve it. So it will never die. It will just keep going, and the creatives of the world, as we are amongst, they will always find new ways to make things come to life for the listeners, for the viewer on TV, and you're part of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, not to get like way out there on you, but everything in the universe is vibrations. You know, the words we're saying right now, they're resonating infinitely. If there's an advanced civilization who can tune in to this vibration that we're emitting right now, they can listen to this interview from any place in the universe. So I say this is like when you put music out, keep that in mind as a producer, you know what I mean? It's like, it's forever, you know, that's a representation of your soul, you know? So you got to look at it like that. What are you putting out there? Because music is forever. Just to bounce off of what you said, music is literally forever and all over the place. So what are you putting out there? Ask yourself.
Yeah. And people always want to be proud of what they do and proud of their work. Now, I would love to ask you, can you tell us, what do you think about the new hip-hop competition on BET, One Shot? It's hosted by Sway Calloway, and it's got the guest judges such as King Crooked and Mike Smith and T.I. and The Game and Scarface and DJ Khaled and Scarface. There's so many. What do you think about that?
Okay, funny story with that. Actually, Crooked Eye, it was his conception. Mm-hmm. And just to rewind back to my earlier days in Long Beach, Crooked Eye, he's from Long Beach, and we did music together, so we go way back. Mm. And just recently, he did like a press interview for promo for the show, and he was going back in his past, and he actually mentioned me, and my IG just started blowing up like, Crooked Eye, you mentioned me. I'm like, we go way back, Long Beach, know. But I'm very happy and excited to see the show do what it's doing, and I think it's a very good thing for hip hop, and it's entertaining beyond that.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. I mean, do you think that finally having this genre of hip hop on TV in a talent show for discovering new artists, new hip hop artists as well, has been a long time coming? Because we've seen it on other shows, like X Factor and The Voice and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. That's the machine. That's corporate. That's pop. And then, we have independent, which is kind of a different thing. Mm-hmm. Those shows you mentioned is for that corporate, pop, go big or not. There's no in between.
But do you think it could help someone maybe stand out, whereas maybe they wouldn't have?
Of course, it's built in. It's that when I say machine, it's like built. Okay, do you qualify to go through this machine? Okay, we have a winner here. Let's put this person through the machine. But then what about all those tens of thousands who tried out, who didn't make it? Yeah. How many of those dreams were crushed to where they don't want to go on anymore?
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame. But that's the thing, though, because that's the chance they take. Not just in entering that type of show, but just in the business in general, though, isn't it? I mean, because it can eat you up if you let it, because you're constantly trying to go after something that everyone else may be telling you, no, you are never going to do this. So you might have to forget that. I mean, that's hard for someone to hear when that is all they know, and especially if they're really talented, don't you think?
Yeah, we see it's a thin line with being sane and sane and insane. Right. You got to know. There's a lot of people who think that they're good, but it's not good. And it's not that I don't understand what they're doing. No, sonically, no, that is not good at all. That's not vibrating right. Right. And where I'm going with this is you got to know your talent. Mm-hmm. You got to know yourself, because what I say is when you're talented and original, there's no competition. So when you're the best you and you perfect the best you, then you better know, can I jump off and be great, or am I BSing myself? You got to know yourself, as an artist too, because there's so much clonism out there. Everyone's want to be like the next person. What happened to originality? Where did it go?
Wow. Well, I'm just curious then. So do you think that a lot of artists we see today would have become as successful if they had been discovered on a show such as that, if it had been around years ago? So that's kind of flipping the script a bit.
I mean, I kind of like it the way it was, because it wasn't a lot of no internet. Mm-hmm. And in order for you to be great, you had to get out and really meet the people. You couldn't email them or put a mass blast out. You had to go touch down, and you had to see the people. And the people are real. They're going to tell you whether they like it or not. Right. So in essence, if it was like that now, we would have, I think, music quality overall internationally would be better. Right.
I have so many questions for you, and especially going into that again as we come back, because we're about to take a short break right now. I have been talking to my special guest this afternoon and getting extremely good words of wisdom. Wow. We will be right back on the other side after this.
That's sharp, Jack. Gators on your feet, 6-piece outfit, hat to the side, 4 bitches on your arm. I keep my glass in my hand in case I want to get my drink on. Feeling way temperature.
Hey, yo, check it. It's your boy Keith-Clizark, West Coast beat creator. multi-platinum producer. And right now, right now, I'm kicking it on the Ask Avani Show.